So I'm redoing a bedroom in my house. There's an old ceiling fan in the ceiling right there. So I'm going to end up tearing that one down. Okay, I'm going to unbox this fan we bought on Amazon and I'll show you what's inside. Some instructions. There's a light. All right, this is the motor for it. Some hardware. And all the fan blades. And some wiring and the remote. So the fan blades are plastic, they're not like compressed wood or anything. And then they have you remove the base right here. That's fixed to the housing. So next on this, they have you unscrew the fan screws, which are down in a little hole right there. So you've got to get a Phillips screwdriver, get down in there and unscrew those. Those hold the fan blades on. There's 3 of them. So they're sitting right under there. So I'm going to unscrew these 3. So the directions are a little confusing. On the other side of this collar right here that the blades go onto, there are also a bunch of screws right here. There's 2, 4, 6 of those, and you can access those through the hole right here at the screwdriver as well. So just line up the hole, get a screwdriver, and remove them. So now that you have the screws out, you're going to put the fan blades on. There's 1 hole on one side and 2 holes on the other side of the blades. So you're just going to line up your holes and push the blades on and tighten them up with the Phillips screws that you just removed. You can't really mess it up, so I'm going to put these on right now. So it looks like what they want you to do now is to connect this light to the bottom of it. There's a cable that loops around and holds it in place for you while you're hanging it up. And there's a wire right here at the plug end on it. So you can loop the cable underneath the white collar like this. And there's like a little snap on the bottom of it. So you're going to snap that around and kind of catch the other end of your cable. All right, there we go. And now we can plug the actual light component in to the plug right here. Give a little tug. It's in there good. Right now it's saying, the directions are saying to lock this light fixture clockwise to the collar right here. So we'll make sure everything's tucked in there. There it goes. I just felt it seat into place. Right. I just felt it lock in. So this, I held the base of it with one hand to keep it from rotating, and I could give it a little bit of a tug and lock it into place. It's good and sturdy. Right, so the directions are telling you to hook up the fan controller, which is this unit right here. This wire right here with this little funny end on it, that is the controller antenna for the remote. This already has 1 plug end on it. So you're going to put the plug in on the like wires right here. It's the only plug end on here that you can't really mess it up. Just make sure the wires are going the right way. Give it a little tug, make sure it's secure. That's secure. And then you're going to have a white and a blue wire. So you're going to match those up on the fan. So try to make this as simple as possible. All right, so on the controller, the directions is telling me to take the blue wire, match it with the blue wire on the fan right here, and then twist these together. You want to grab a wire tie and wire tie those. That one's all set. Make sure you're good. Then I'm going to take my white wire on the controller, white wire on the fan. Do the same kind of thing. All right, give it a little tug. That's good. Make sure the wire connections are good. So then on the controller, I have 2 more wires, and these will connect to the wires coming out of your ceiling. There should be a green wire, which is ground, then this white wire, and the black wire. So before we connect the last 2 wires, I've got to put this base on the ceiling for the fan. So I'm going to hang this up right now. Here's my ground wire. I'm going to connect that to the ground coming out of the ceiling. We're going to poke all the wires through this middle hole right there. All right, there's that one. Both in there good. Pull the stuff straight. Now we're going to connect the rest of the wires to the fan. There's like a guy wire right here and a hook, so you can hook it right onto the base to help you out, so it helps stays in place. There should be 4 wire ties that come with this kit. Mine came with 2, so I had a couple off the old fan that I took, and I'm going to have to reuse those. So there's 2 ground wires, so I'm going to connect the one coming out of my ceiling and one to the base of the fan. The one on the base is green and yellow. And let's give the wires a tug, make sure they're on there. Now I'm going to hook up my black wire coming out of the ceiling, the black wire on the controller, the fan controller. So these 2 right here. Oh. Make sure you have the electricity shut off when you do this. Tuck that one up there. And I have 1 left, 1 wire left. That's the white wire on the controller, the white wire coming out of the ceiling. And it's right here. So same deal. Put your wire tie on, make sure it's nice and tight. You can put your controller and the wiring here in the base, kind of tuck it all in there. So there's 1 screw on the back side here that you have to take out, and on the fan there's a slot. I don't know if you can see it right here. This one can slide up and into the screw and lock into place. So I don't need to remove that one, just the one on the back side. Oh, nope, I'm mistaken. There's 2 slots on the fan. There's a slot here and a slot on the other side. So line up the 2 slots on the screws that were pre-installed, or should have been from the factory. Tighten up your screws. 2 more screws to put in, 1 on each side of this collar. There's be 4 total. Now we're going to screw this one in all the way, make sure it's tight. And now I'm going to catch the one on the other side. Make sure that's tight. There's 1 last screw right here. And make sure that's tight. So we're all set with the wiring. We have a fan installed. The light switch is on, so there's power to it. And it comes with this controller that takes 2 AAA batteries. You need batteries. It doesn't come with them. So to operate the fan, you can press like the on switch right here. Well, to operate the light rather. There's a couple different lights. There's like a warm light and a cool light and a bright light. So if you keep hitting the on button, it'll switch the lighting that comes out of it. So with the controller, you can hit this button or that button and it'll activate the fan, and you can make it go faster or slower. 6 is the fastest speed. If you hit the 1, it's like the slowest speed. And you can see the fan starting to slow down a little bit right now that I hit the 1. These buttons right here on the bottom, right there, these 3 don't seem to really do anything. There's no instructions with this controller that came with it, so you got to kind of figure it out. But that button right there puts the fan in reverse. So if you click that, you got to like stop the fan, and then I'll wait for it to stop. And if you hit that button, it'll go in reverse. And then if it's like a cold day out and you want to get some of the heat out of the ceiling, you can draw the heat from the ceiling down towards the floor. And that button in the middle stops the fan. You can shut the light off. And if the light's off, yes, you can kick the fan on with no light. So if you're trying to sleep and you want some cool air, you can kind of kick the fan on that way. So this fan isn't too bad to install. It moves a lot of air. I kind of like it. And what I'll do is I'll put a link to the fan in the description of the video. So if you guys are interested in buying it off Amazon, you can click on the link in the description, shoot over to Amazon and buy it out of there. And if you have any questions, leave a comment. I will reply back to you. Hope you guys liked the review video. Thanks for watching, guys.